have hair in my mouth. Happy holidays or Merry Christmas or whatever it is you celebrate in your neck of the woods. Over here in northern Indiana, southwestern Michigan, I celebrate Christmas. I do celebrate Christmas, and we have this jolly old dude. His name is Santa Claus, and Santa Claus has a list. All right, he makes a list and he checks it twice, and he's gonna find out who's been naughty or nice. And today, you are going to experience the wrath of Wheezy Clause. Wheezy Clause was inspired by Miss Minnie Portable. Shout out Minnie for the idea. I loved that she put the people in my peer group, the other creators, the media members, the people online that do the wrestling thing. She ranked them naughty or nice. And so I'm gonna do much of the same. The only thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw all of them into a random generator. All right, I'm gonna hit next and it's gonna show me, and on the fly, I'm gonna have to decide who is naughty or nice. I have given this no forethought. I don't even know how many people I picked. Some of them, as we go through, I might not keep in. We're gonna find out. Full disclosure, if you're not included in this does not mean anything. I know a lot of people, there are a lot of creators of all different shapes and sizes and popularity levels and niches, and it's just impossible for me to pick everybody. I did try to pick people that I do know on some form of level, whether it be good or bad. I don't have bad blood with anybody. I'm an angel. Okay, let's go. You can't see what I see, but it's gonna pop up for you here, okay? We're gonna have, I think, a list on each side, all right? The naughty side and the nice side. I wish I had a hat. I tried. I don't have a hat. Random picker, pick random image. Oh, that's fun. Oh, it's fun. I wish you could see it. It just kind of do. Oh my God, first up, we have Mr. Muscle Man Malcolm. Malcolm, the lover of one Solo. He is the Waffle House connoisseur. He is the official honorary oos of the ooses. Malcolm, darling, I love you. I'm trying to decide if I want to put you on the naughty or the nice list, because on one hand, on the nice side, you are a hard worker, man. You do as much as you possibly can to get good interviews and do your thing, and you have such a nice personality. But then at the same time, I think of when we were at SummerSlam Cleveland, and man, you were doing your damnedest to really just get me canceled. You really just loved to point out the difference in contrast of our pigmentation. I adore you. You tried your hardest to make me feel uncomfortable. But you know what? I'm gonna keep you on the nice list. I'm gonna keep you on the nice list. Just watch your jokes. Watch your jokes moving forward, sir. All right, and we're going. Oh, we have BDE. Brandon does everything. Brandon, I hate admitting it, because I was so new to the space. I didn't know who BDE was. People would come in when I first started streaming. People would be like, "Oh man, you know BDE? Dude has over 1 million followers on YouTube. He is a great 2K streamer." I didn't know. I didn't know. It took me a while to get used to the community, okay? It took me a minute. But BDE has always been very, very nice to me. I don't have anything bad to say about him. I don't think he has anything bad to say about me. I hope not. The only thing I can say is I'm sorry. I was leaving SummerSlam Cleveland, and I was picking up my friend at the hotel that I didn't stay at, but I drove around to ask where I should park because I'm dumb and I'm blonde, and I see BDE and the rest of the Vibe guys standing outside of the hotel, and they look dead. Like they just look like they had a night. And I rolled my window down and I'm like, "Brandon! BDE! Brandon!" And they're all just looking at me like, and I don't even remember the words that were exchanged. I just was like, "Hang on, like I gotta park and I'll be right back." And then I met all of them very briefly. They were half alive. I gave them hugs, and then I went inside to find my friend. But long story short, nice. Round and round we go, where it stops, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows. Stephanie! Miss Stephanie Hypes. I have followed and have loved Stephanie since I really actually started using Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We have very, very similar opinions and thoughts, and I love how real she is. She's real down to earth. She has a family and kids and a job, and she just loves wrestling, and she doesn't put up with any bullshit. And she's always been super nice to me. I actually was really excited when she followed me back, and I don't get super excited when people follow me back, but she was an important one. When I got to go to the SummerSlam presser, I was actually in the row behind her, and she was in front of me, like a couple seats down, and I was like, oh, that's Stephanie. Oh my God, that's Stephanie. Oh my God, that's Stephanie. And so as the conference was wrapping up, I was like, hi, I just have to tell you, like, I adore you. I'm so excited to see you. And she was like, oh my God. And it just was like this moment of people on the internet meeting. And then we got to take a picture together and walk out of the arena together. And I just adore her. I think she's on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but she's a great wrestling mind and just a normal, good human. I appreciate her. Nice list. Con Dog, Con Man 167, Grandpa Con, the Conster, Con Dog. Funny enough, I've known Con for a long time, but we met for the first time at TwitchCon just recently in, where the hell were we? San Diego. We were in San Diego. He's a sweetheart. God, am I going to say anything bad about anybody? I really feel like I should just come up with some shit. What could I say about Con? Oh, what could I say? I don't even have anything. Oh, how dare you not be good at line dancing? When we went to TwitchCon, we ended up, the first night we were there, our friend Bridget took us to a line dancing bar. And yeah, we've never line danced before. I was not very good at it. They were not very good at it. Look at this. Does this man look like he has an ounce of rhythm in his soul? No, he doesn't. That was not a ginger joke by saying soul. I'm so sorry. I'm going to continue now. I don't know. I feel like Con's a marshmallow. I can't put him on the naughty list. We're going to put him on the nice list. We have to find someone to put on the naughty list. Do. Miss Kayfabe! Kate from Fightful. Kate is someone that has helped me out a ton. She's always been super supportive of me. She listens to me. She is a fellow late diagnosed ADHD girly. And so when I was first diagnosed, she reached out and just was like, hey, the journey's probably going to be really rough. And, you know, if you need anything, I'm here. And she always has been. And she's also just a very straightforward person, which I appreciate as well. I never have to worry if I'm having a day and I can't talk to her, she's not going to be offended if I tell her I can't do it, and vice versa. I adore her. She has a great wrestling mind, and she puts up with a lot of bullshit. A lot of people at Fightful put up with a lot of bullshit, and I think that's the internet's fault, and I think it's horseshit. We're putting Kate on the nice list. Round and round she goes. Miss Denise Salcedo. Denise Salcedo walked so the rest of us could run. She is, in my opinion, of all of the female creators, wrestling personalities, she is a gold standard. She works her ass off. There's a lot of things I think she does that go unseen. She spends a lot of time away from home. She travels out of her own pocket. She's been on podcast, radio shows. She has her own channel. She's constantly growing and evolving. I don't know how she finds the time to be able to do the amount of things that she does. And I've only talked to her not even a handful of times. I've met her very briefly outside of SummerSlam Cleveland, but she's absolutely someone that I would love to get to pick their brain. She's just, I don't think I've met a single person that has anything bad to say about Denise Salcedo. If you can find them, good luck, because I sure as hell have not found them. Everyone is just always singing her praises, and she's motivating for someone like me who obviously is shit at staying consistent and following through. So Denise, thank you for paving the way, my dear. You're going on the nice list. There's gotta be somebody. There's gotta be somebody I can fucking put on the naughty list. There we go. Oh, perfect. Naughty list. No explanation needed. Bam, put him there. I put in Wrestle Talk. So I have never talked to any of the guys from Wrestle Talk. I don't think I've had any correspondence with them whatsoever, but I used to watch them regularly back like 2019, 2020 was how I was able to keep up with AEW and WWE at the same time. Like they were my source of news. Here's why I'm gonna put them on the naughty list. I love you guys. You know what you're doing. Clearly you were trailblazers in the space for sure, but your thumbnails make me angry and your titles make me angry. Like your clickbaity, like misleading titles. They piss me off. I'm like, this is what we've come to? No. Okay, Ollie, babes, come on. Naughty list. Boop, 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 boop. CVV. How can you can't, Chris Van Vliet. You can't, again, I can't say anything bad about Chris Van Vliet whatsoever. I have finally got to like meet and talk to him. Again, SummerSlam Cleveland was the first place that I met so many of these people, but we had crossed paths before at Squared Circle Expo convention in Indianapolis. He's, again, much like Denise, just a trailblazer. Someone just at the top of his field. His passion He's very professional about it. It's not just something that he does, and it shows when he speaks to the people that are on his podcast and the different things that he does. He's multifaceted as well. He doesn't just stick with wrestling. Clearly, he's media trained. He's done things in Hollywood and for movies. But the fact that he comes from Hollywood, that he comes from that world, and he's able to assimilate into the pro wrestling space and be able to tell others in Hollywood, like, hey, no, like wrestling is cool. Like you just don't understand it. Like he's so unapologetically himself, and I love that about him. He's also he's a family dude. Like his family's super cute. He's got cute kids, and my favorite thing that I can think of from him is, his interview with Bobby Lashley, and he's straight up like 2007 emo kid, looks like he walked right out of Mayday Parade. I got a hell of a lot of respect for Chris Van Vliet. He is generous with his advice. He's positive. I've never seen him do anything negative or say anything negative, and that's such a hard thing to do when you live online. But again, I don't know that there's anybody that dislikes him, and maybe you just don't see it because he doesn't give attention to it, and that's a page of advice that I should really learn from. Clearly, Chris Van Vliet is going on the nice list. Soncho Mania. I actually have met Soncho more times than I think most people on this list. I've met Soncho at every TwitchCon that I have gone to, and I didn't really even know he was a wrestling fan until probably the last year. Again, someone that is at the top of his field. He's a great streamer. He knows a lot. I have my PC because of him. Actually, oh my God, great story to put him on the nice list. When I ordered my PC, he recommended the place that I go get it from, and I started working with them, and they were amazing. But he also sent them a JPEG image of my logo, and that company put my logo on the side of my PC. You can't see it because it's out of frame, but that was such a sweet, like, nice thing. And he checks in, and he'll give you any advice that he can. Like, he's just very, very generous as a person. Great dad, great gamer. It's unfortunate that he has to put up with Santi Zap as much as he does, and he also can't hold his margaritas. I've seen that in real time. Soncho West is going on the nice list. Suplex. I have known Suplex, God, it might be longer than almost anyone else on this list. He can correct me if I'm wrong. I think we both kind of had the same start. Like, we both were on TikTok. We both were in the same space on TikTok. And I will be completely honest, he did not strike me as my kind of personality when I first, like, heard of him or knew of him. But that's kind of the beauty, I think, of the internet and just of the world, is that sometimes you're not the same as other people, but you can still coexist and you can still talk. And I was wrong thinking that about Suplex because he is a great dude. Suplex has messaged me checking in about random things. He's given random advice about things. I've been able to talk to him about a lot of things that we have in common and a lot of things that we've gone through at the same times. He has tried to diversify his content and not just be in the pro wrestling space. That's something that we definitely relate on. And he just makes really good content. He makes interesting content. He makes something that's not quite the mold of what everybody else does. It's a little more IRL. It's a little more real life. A lot of it is funny, and I appreciate that about him. I'm trying to come up with a reason to put him on the naughty list, but because I feel like I need more people there, but I can't come up with one. So Suplex is going on the nice list. I know Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, is not a wrestling content creator, right? But she's a content creator. Okay, she's a streamer and she has a TikTok that you should go follow. I had to include her because I'm putting her on the naughty list immediately because she gives me shit about being a Lions fan when she herself is a Vikings fan, and I don't get it. Like, why do we have this beef, Shayna? Why is there this? I should have put Meechin on this list just so that I could put Meechin on the nice list and put you on the naughty list. I would put everybody else on the women's roster probably on the nice list, and I would still keep you on the naughty list because that's how I feel. And it's very touchy today, especially because my Lions just lost yesterday to who the hell did we even lose to? The Bills. We lost to the Bills, and so I don't even know if we're winning the division at this point. And Shayna loves her football. I can appreciate that about her. We're putting her on the naughty list, but no, real talk, like, she's cool as shit. I don't know how to stay in character. This is clearly why I don't wrestle. JD from New York. You know what? To put people on this list, I asked Twitter, like, who your favorites were. And so people that I know of and have any kind of contact with at all, I put on the list. So I put JD on the list. JD and I couldn't be further apart in terms of the kind of content that we create or the way that we approach content. The thing about JD that I can appreciate is that JD knows who he is, and he just is who he is, and he thinks what he thinks, and he does things the way that he does things. And clearly it works for him in some capacity because he has a massive following. But in that same token, He is self-aware. I don't think he would be surprised by me putting him on the fucking naughty list. I don't think he would. Motherfucker, you know you stir pots. You know damn well you do. And so Wheezy Clause is putting you on the naughty list. Sean Ross Sapp, SRS, the Sapster, Mr. Sean. Oh God, you know, I want to stay in character. I want to be like, you piece of shit, like fucking asshole. But you can't, you know, I'm even afraid to do that because maybe he's not going to pick up on the fact that I'm kidding, and then he'll just like attack me online because he goes after people. And I don't blame him because he's had some the internet is such a crazy, wild place. Like the things that people have thought are okay to say and do to him in regards to his family and just weird shit. He's been stalked, he's been harassed, and I think people are surprised, or they don't expect it, that he comes at them in person. Like, oh, you want to fuck around? Okay, you're going to find out. Like, they don't expect that from someone on the internet. I have a massive amount of respect for Sean. Sean, again, is one of the first, I think, in the modern era of his field. He has a lot of respect in the industry. It's really just weirdos on the internet that I feel like have and take issue with him. He's always been super nice to me. Again, he's given me heads ups on things. He has given me advice. He has invited me on a couple of the Fightful post shows. And I have nothing but respect for him. So we'll even though you flip the one you were mean to Kimmy, that's a difficult one. Kimmy, please forgive me for this. He's a sore loser at Topgolf, and he flicked her off at an AEW show. But we'll put you on the nice list. Alex, Queen of the Ring. I miss Alex. Miss Queen of the Ring. I knew Queen of the Ring before Wrestle Talk. I knew of her before everyone else. I followed her on Twitter back in the day. God, what, 2017, 2018, whenever she really first started. Was it earlier than that? I knew of her. I thought she was cool as shit. I loved the way that she carried herself and the way that she spoke. And it was so surreal to me to just start working with her and being around her. Like, life can really just come full circle, and it's such a crazy thing. She has also given me such great advice. She's a strong, resilient woman, and I applaud her right now because she is someone that was able to say, hey, I need to take a step back from the internet because this isn't good for me. We had a really good time at SummerSlam Cleveland. We stayed in the same Airbnb, but it was an interesting, it was an interesting time there. I think we both had a lot that we realized and were going through, and I just appreciate her so very much, and I can't wait until she is able to come back to this space full strength. She's an asset to the community, and I just have nothing but good things to say about her. Obviously, Miss Alex, Queen of the Ring, is going on the nice list. The Triple Threat Pod. So Triple Threat Pod is, again, people that I think I've known the longest out of anyone else on this list. We both all started on TikTok. That was our breeding grounds. That's where we began. Breeding grounds? Okay. Anyway, Marissa was one of the first female wrestling TikTokers I feel like I came across. And I think really I started coming to her defense. And it's so weird to think back that far because that was even before Johnny and Marissa were dating. And I don't even know how long they've been dating now. Has it been like 3 years? Where are we even at in the timeline? But I followed both of them. I liked both of them. And I remember finding out that they were dating, and I was like, I had no idea. I guess other people really pay attention to context clues on the internet, because I was like, what the fuck? What? Like, I was so excited about it. And it's been so nice to see them evolve and do their thing. And I got to meet them in person it was in Indianapolis as well, at Squared Circle Expo. And they're just unapologetically themselves. And I love people that are like that. Marissa is absolutely unapologetically herself. But you know what? I'm gonna put you on the naughty list. I'm gonna do it. And you know what? I feel like this is totally more towards Marissa. I'm sorry, Johnny. Johnny is just by association. But Marissa, the CM Punk hate, honey baby doll. I feel like, we have a respect of each other in this disagreement, but I have to put you on the naughty list for the CM Punk hate. Even though we both agree on Jack Perry. I love you, I love that, but Triple Threat Pod's going on the naughty list. Miss Minnie Portable. The entire reason I'm doing this in general. Minnie, I'm at a loss for words. I got to meet Minnie again at TwitchCon. It was the first time I got to meet her, and we had worked together on a couple projects and a couple podcasts before we both went to TwitchCon. And it's so crazy because we come from very different places and different upbringings. Like, can fully acknowledge that. but we have so much in common in the way that we view the world and the way that we view life and wrestling, especially. Like we view things very similarly. So it was very, very cool to get to meet someone. I don't think I have ever met anybody like Minnie. I don't think I've ever met anybody that I vibe with that easily or that sees things the way that I do. And I'm realizing that I'm talking about her even though she just immediately put me on the nice list on her list. This is going to be a long one. Sorry, editor. Minnie obviously is going on the nice list. I want to see her succeed. We had really, really great talks when we were in San Diego together. And I hope the best for her in the future. She needs to get her ass to the Midwest ASAP so that she can stop working her ass off trying to survive in California. Come to the Midwest, girl. His profile picture throws me off. Kicking it with Ross. Ross in the clutch. Ross, Mr. Ross. I worked with Ross pretty early on, I feel like, or maybe it was sometime at the beginning of this year. We did an episode of something together, and Ross is a cool dude. I didn't know a lot about him. The first that I knew of Ross was when we were both in the CM Punk reaction video together. They were, I think, directly at the beginning. So he's great. He's awesome. His community is hilarious. They're wild. When we did our pod together, the entire comment section was just like, oh man, Riz. And I'm just like, can't talk to a man without people being like Riz. But Ross is a cool dude. Wait a minute. I feel like there was a reason I was going to put you on the naughty list. What did we disagree about? Oh my God. Now I feel like I have to just put you on the nice list because now I don't remember. Oh my God, it was about Jinder Mahal. No, I remember now. I was all about Jinder Mahal, and it turns out that Ross does not like Jinder Mahal. You're going on the naughty list. I don't care. That's it. Bye. Jake TV. Big Bronson Reed. Currently out on injury with multiple broken ankles. Well, actually only have 2 ankles, I think. I've known Jake also for a long time, OG from TikTok, one of the OGs of streaming. I used to mimic him because, I mean, he has such a distinctive shriek of like yelling into the microphone when he's upset about something that I like started doing it just to make fun of him. He also really held over my head for a long time about acknowledging the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and I never thought that I would get there, but I got there, and so he has that to hold above my head as well. You got me. But I don't know, we're putting Jake on the naughty list. I just feel like it fits. I don't need or have a specific reason, but I feel like that just is right. It's the right move. And so, there you go, Jake. This motherfucker. This is, yeah. Do I be nice? Do I be mean? I'll be nice. I'll be fucking nice. So, Mr. Santi Zap, at one time, I did have a bigger following than him on the TikTok, and he's just a fucking anomaly that is just very good at everything that he does, and people just flock to him like ants on a candy bar. It's the most annoying thing that I've ever witnessed in my entire life. No, he has a great work ethic, he has a great creative mind, and he's also very generous with his knowledge and helping other people out. I think almost sometimes to his detriment, because sometimes I think he helps people out that he fucking shouldn't. But he's a really nice dude. The first time I met him, I stayed with him and his girlfriend and 2 of his moderators at an Airbnb in Las Vegas. And they just were really, really kind to me. They were really awesome. I have nothing but nice things to say about him outside of being a fucking troll character on the internet that will talk shit just because he's more popular than me. But that's just the way of the internet. So I'll put Sanji on the nice list, mainly because Minnie did, and I'll feel like a dick if I don't. Simon Miller, again, cool ass dude. Friggin' buff bald fucking wrestler. Simon Miller. What? Nice list. Again, generous with information, just a cool dude. Always been very nice to me. I got nothing bad to say. And he's just, it's so nice to meet level-headed people in this space because it's hard. Like, there are cuckoo birds in freaking everywhere. So Simon, you cool dude. Nice list. Jiren, small afro. Hey, he was one of the ones that was with BDE outside the hotel when they looked half dead and they barely were able to speak. But again, always been nice to me. Really cool. His content is super cool. Is this picture taken in a bathroom, like in front of a toilet? I'm just noticing that there's like a towel bar there. Anyway, we're gonna put small afro Mr. Jiren on the nice list. I'm gonna put him on the nice list just because I feel like he's a nice, unique person in the space. I'm not very good at 2K, but from what I've seen from him, it's entertaining to watch. Pluggo. I didn't know of Pluggo until probably the beginning of the year. I didn't know. We're literally from the same city. We live in the same city. I went out just a few weeks ago to one of my favorite bars, and him and his friends and wife and people were sitting at the table behind me. Like, small town shit, right? I didn't know. So SummerSlam Cleveland was my first time meeting him in person. And such a nice dude. Really, really cool and comforting to meet someone from your own area that does what you do in some capacity. Like, nothing but nice things to say. I want to collab with him more. It's just finding the time to do so. Pluggo goes on the nice list. Wellsmania podcast. I met, again, another Indiana native, or at least, I actually don't know if you're a native, but I know that you're in the Indianapolis area. Met you at Squared Circle Expo. Agreed to do like a quick interview in the conference center, and as we're doing our interview, Eric Bischoff walks by, and he's so, I'm talking to him. Hi. Eric walks by, and he just like, oh, there's Eric Bischoff, hello sir, how you doing? And Eric just walks up and crashes his interview and starts talking. He's like, oh, what are you guys doing here? And then Wellsmania podcast is just going on, and introduces me, and I'm like, hi, hello, how you doing? And Eric Bischoff just goes, that's the only reason I came over here was her, and then walks away. And we just both were like, oh my God. I'll see if I can find the clip to include, but pretty cool moment. I definitely will be doing something with him again when Royal Rumble comes around to Indianapolis area. Nice list. Last but not least, we have Stash Club Wrestling. And I am not going to lie to you. I think I know the least about Stash Club Wrestling. I think they are the most elusive people I've ever met in my entire life. And part of that is probably my fault, because I purposely don't consume a lot of other content creator stuff just because there's so much. I'm a terrible podcast listener because podcasts are, a long time, and they were doing a lot of the guessing stuff, and I just, I don't know, the guessing stuff wasn't for me. But I don't know, I had this thought in my head that they didn't like me. That's just a very much a me thing. I'm like, oh, I don't think they like me. I don't know why I thought that. I have nothing. I think they're very cool. They're great. And people want me to be like them. It's like the Sanji Zap effect. We're like, well, why don't you do this like Stash Club does? I'm like, well, because I'm not Stash Club. Stash Club does Stash Club very well. Why don't you let Stash Club be Stash Club and then let Wheezy Blonde be Wheezy Blonde? No, but they're super cool. They've carved their own way. They're OGs in the space as far as I'm concerned as well. And I would love to work with them at some point in the future if they're ever open to it. So we will put Stash Club on the nice list. All right, guys and gals, dolls, Christmas, Wheezy Clause. I don't know why this is the exit. We've been recording for over half an hour. Holy shit. If you've made it through this whole thing, hi, hello. Wheezy Clause, I put you on the list that you're on. It is what it is. If you don't like it, take it up with management, which is me. So sure, don't slide in my DMs. I don't want to hear your complaints. Most people in creation, we have some kind of respect or support of the other. So it would be cool if we could cut back on the amount of creator tribalism. There is enough people to go around. You are able to watch more than one creator. Remember that the people that are creators that are on the other side of the screen are people, and we do have feelings, and we can get our feelings hurt, and we are already very, very hard on ourselves. So this is just a joke. I can put them on the naughty list and the nice list, but you cannot. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. As always, you can find me live on stream Mondays and Fridays on YouTube and Twitch, and follow me on Instagram for all of my live reactions and more stuff that I have coming very, very soon. Happy holidays, everybody. Take care. Wheezy out.